And with this market falling like it's been falling, it's a good market for the Jade Lizard, because if the market bounces back up, you have no upside risk. So
exactly.
So let's dive into the platform. Let's pull up the platform. And Fazia, I want to share your expertise as we look at some emails that I've gotten on Jade Lizards. So I had an email come in this morning saying they were looking at a Jade Lizard and SPY 21 days, this April 17th expiration. Now, if you're setting one up, would you go 21 days with the vol we have right now in the market conditions, or would you go further?
I'd like to go to May. 21 days just seems so close, doesn't it?
I agree. So,
but,
I agree. I agree. We're going to get much further going to May. So let's walk through a typical Jade Lizard. And then I know you're a big fan of collecting more and bringing in, making a bigger Jade Lizard than what dollar wide. So I want you, while I have you on, to walk me through, if you were going to May, what would you be looking for when you're setting up a Jade Lizard?
So I'm assuming that we're going to need to buy something because SPY is a pretty big deal, right? So how about we sell the 600?
Okay.
And so let's get the buying power part done. And how much do you want to put in? 570? Is that, or is that too far away?
Sure. So 570. So here we're collecting 430. So then we could do
then it's going to be $5 wide, I think, in May. Because of the current environment, I'm more likely to sell the call spread closer. So maybe 655. Should we try 655, 660?
Sure.
Does that cover it? Yeah. And then we have some to spare.
I like that. And this is, I think, this is a very Fazia style Jade Lizard, where you have a short $5 wide call spread, and you've created a put spread just to not use too much buying power. This is only using $2,300 in buying power. And I'm going to go to the analysis page just to show people what this looks like, because this wouldn't be. I'm love that you're on, because this would not be a typical Jade Lizard. If someone were setting up a typical Jade Lizard, they're looking for 70 cents on a put and a $1 wide call spread. And that was the email I received. And I could pull up his strikes and we can compare. But what do you like about taking in such a bigger credit and so much over that width of that call spread?
So I like the pop, 76%, right? The probability of profit. I like the downside break even, which is 600 minus about 7, right? So 593. What's the delta on 593? I like to look at that delta on my break even.
Okay, so what Fazia is talking about is right here we have this break even, and SPY is trading 640. So if I go back to the table page and go to May, 593, it's about a 20 delta.
Yeah, so I feel comfortable with that. The market's really been shot down, but we don't know when this is going to stop. But how do you feel? So
593, you take a look at the chart. We have had quite a month, or the past couple months, and we're at 640 now. We've fallen from about almost 700 to 640. So 593, we haven't been to that in that level or that territory since June of 25. So I agree with you.
So I like that.
Yeah, I do like that, and I like the large credit. This 685 that we're taking in. Now, if you're putting a trade like this on, where you're taking in $685, risking $2,300, 49 days to go, what will you put in a GTC to take partial profit out of this?
I like to do my GTC at 50%, especially since we have 49 days. And, we always have an opportunity to adjust that GTC later, right? But at the same time, Jenny, let's talk about what if the market just shoots up, all our bows disappear, and we're back into a nice bull market, and it goes beyond 660, and we still have time. I don't see an issue with bumping up that put spread and gathering more. Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? So I'm going to call you the queen of credits or the queen of collection because you always try to collect more. Where I'll often put it on, and sometimes I won't even cover my call spread. But you like to collect more. That way, if we pop up instead of not making anything, you're guaranteed at least $186. That's the overage over that $5 wide call spread. And now you're talking
Yeah.
about bumping that put spread up and collecting even more.
Well, if we have enough time and if the new break even makes sense in that environment, I don't see why not. And 184 based on what is the buying power? You said 20?
2,300.
Yeah. So it's not a giant return on capital, right?
Hey, you know what? If you're using $2,300 and the market rallies back and you're guaranteed $185 at anywhere to the upside on this trade, that's not bad, Fazia. What, 8%,
Okay.
8% return in 49 days?
All right. Well, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to.
Did you want to do one without the law? Okay. All right.
I'm going to ship this one because I like this one. I'm
Okay.
going to ship it.
All right.
But so I shipped that. I'm working that, but I'm also going to pull up. We had a viewer send in his strikes, and I wanted to look at it. So he's looking at the April 17th. Okay, and we're filled. 700, almost $700 credit. That's really good. He was looking at his short strike of 595, and you know what? That's
And
not.
he has a large account.
So, well, I didn't ask him. It was just an email, but he said in the 21 day.
Okay.
So that's very close to where we were. Our break even was around what, 593? So he's looking at the 595 put in the 21 day. So he's looking at aggressive credit too. And I'm going to double check his strikes. 595. And then I think he was the 705, 700, 705. Could that be? No, that can't be possible. Maybe he was really far up. Let me just double check his strike. I think he was right around.
He might have gone there also because there are single strikes and not the $5 ones we found in May.
But anywhere, honestly, if you're collecting 430, on just this this put, oh yeah, he has InSpy 705, 706, which honestly,
That's too far away. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting anything.
He's not even getting a penny for that. Why bother?
So if I'm doing this one, the 595, like you said, I probably bring in a $5 wide and get your collection over $5. Or
if you want to, but that's still a large buying power. Are you going to not buy the long?
Honestly, in my mind, if you have a big enough account, when I have a big enough, if I have a big enough account to make a trade that's a naked option, I prefer the naked option.
I do too.
Here in this show account, we don't have enough buying power to do this.
Right,
but if I'm an account that it has enough buying power to do it, I prefer the naked option because look at what we.
Yeah, I feel like if the buying power is less than or equal to 5%, maybe closer to 3% of your account, then go for it.
And I'm gonna, since we're on the topic of Jade Lizard, I'm gonna walk through one very traditional Jade Lizard, which would be, going close to 45 days till expiration. I don't even know. It would be 70 cents on a put. The lowest strike we have is the 500 put.
Exactly.
And then, so we were getting almost $2 and maybe go the expected move and do a $2 wide call spread. And here you're collecting over $2, no risk to the upside, and your downside put is the 500.
Yeah, that would work.
So
I mean, look at that pop. It's almost a.
it's a 99.5. You're at a 4 delta put. The TP always says if we end up at that 500 put and that's in trouble, we've got bigger things to worry about than our trading account.
We've got other things to worry about. You're right.
Yeah. So I think that it's a great piece on Jade Lizards that our team could clip and share on YouTube. And if people enjoy that piece on YouTube, they could subscribe, and they could find more trade ideas like that on tastylive.com or on our Tasty Live YouTube channel.